Hi, I'm Robin Jest, one of the directors here at Workflow. I wanted to introduce myself today and one of our important brands, uxrooms.co.uk, and just to answer a few questions. So, where do I live? I live in Bedfordshire in a small village called Pollockshill, and I'm married to Tracy. We have 5 children and we have 7 grandchildren, and I absolutely live for my grandchildren. So, did I go to college or university? Unfortunately, it's a bit of a sad story. I did go to college after school, but because I was working hard in other jobs, I didn't really apply myself at college and was asked to either leave or repeat it. So I left and went to work as a copier engineer and really learnt my trade with an engineering background, and went on to work in sales later on. When I was at college, I wanted to be, first of all, an osteopath, then an architect. So how did I get into UX room design? One of our brands at Admiral, before we became Workflow, was Admiral Audio Visual. And I had a number of projects working with companies doing things like market research, and then followed into room design with UX. And I worked with a fantastic company called Seren, which was taken over by Ernst & Young. They became EY Seren. And that was my first introduction into the world of UX. So after our involvement with EY Seren, I became involved with quite a few other top brands. And some of the companies that I can talk about are companies like Barclays Bank, Shop Direct, which is one of the largest home shopping companies in the country, John Lewis, Mothercare, and Wix. So we have a lot of experience with leading companies and some smaller companies as well within the UX sector, and particularly with designing rooms for them to work with their UX research. So there's a number of important elements when you build a UX room. The first one is the viewing room. So within the viewing room, you've got to decide, are you going to have one viewing room for each UX room? Are you doing a project with just one UX room only, or multiple UX rooms? And then you've got to look at the actual environment. So do you want a mirror wall where you can observe through the one way, or some people call it a two-way mirror? Or do you want a video wall where you can, through the video wall in your viewing room, observe multiple UX rooms all at once? And then you've got to decide with our help and our consultancy what you actually want the room to feel like. Do you want it to feel like an office meeting room? Do you want it to feel like a home environment, kitchen environment? We've built many UX rooms to many different environments. And then you've got to look at things like the cameras within the room, the audio, the lighting within the room, and also whether you want to share desktops or laptops or mobile devices as part of your feeds that you're going to be watching. And then look at things like recording and streaming of the content, whether the things going on within that UX room. So why do I like my job? I love my job. My job is always changing. I'm going to visit really fantastic people who are my customers. I'm working with them, consulting with them. The technology is fantastic that we work with, and the technology is changing and improving. So keeping up with that technology is really enjoyable. Some of my memories from my career, some real sales highlights, working with some great people, but I love some of my supplier involvements. And one of my fantastic memories is taking some suppliers out on a day to the south of France and almost killing them all. So we had 8 suppliers on a boat in the south of France, beautiful weather when we left on the boat, and a Mistral, a horrible storm, came. And that was one of the scariest moments in my life. I'm a qualified captain and I was in charge of the boat, and this storm made visibility down to 0. Couldn't even see the instruments in the boat, and that was definitely a fantastic memory. It was a number of years ago and everybody remembers it like it was yesterday, and some of those relationships with our suppliers were just cemented on that day. Scary day, but a great memory. So I love our industry. The audiovisual industry is fantastic, and working in technology, as I said before, things are always changing. There's always things to look at, things to explore, always new ways of doing things, and always ways of doing things better. And through technology, it really helps. UX design is so important, and as we work with people to better their websites, to better their products, to carry out market research, there's always ways of improving and making things better. And it's the same with our technology as well as within the jobs that people are doing within the UX industry. So if I could give a younger person career advice, I think the only way I've succeeded in my career is through hard work and determination. Not being afraid to step out and do something out of your comfort zone, but through hard work you can really achieve a lot. So just stick at it, and if it means late nights, early mornings, just be better than the next person. And if you can't be better, then work harder.